Hi, this is Barb Minton. I'm a psychologist, board certified in neurofeedback and Diplomate QEEG. Today we're going to be talking about our program MindTrack. And the idea of MindTrack is to give more compelling and rewarding auditory feedback to our clients, and in certain cases to use the entrainment value of the music to help them reach their goals. So generally in MindTrack, and I'm going to demonstrate this for you in a PZOKUL, so I had this on pause. I'm just going to start it, excuse me. And you'll hear the usual PZOKUL feedback that's set in the default script. And the first thing you need to do is click on Setup, Settings, Event Wizard, and event 1 is the event that the PZOKUL runs off of, and we have a MIDI sound playing here. We want to click on this and put do nothing, and then use now. Whoop, went back into the MIDI song, hit do nothing there. There we go. Now use settings and close, and now we're ready to use MindTrack. So MindTrack, when it launches, will have two screens. This black screen here you can just minimize because that will be for advanced users who are doing their own programming. But right now for the basic MindTrack, there's three modes. There's a play-only mode where that just plays the song. There's the real mode when you're using it in neurofeedback. And then there's the simulation mode, which is what you want to play while you're, if you just want to run a simulation. So the first thing I do with my clients is I put this in play-only mode because I want them to pick out a song that they like. And when you click on this drop-down menu, you can see there's many types of songs in MindTrack that can be helpful to your clients. So there's more ambient songs, there's more chill out or relaxing songs, there's more contemporary songs, there's more fantasy songs, there's jazz and funk, and rock songs. So I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to pick this a bit jazzy just because it's easy to hear the tracks in it in a recording. And I'm going to play it for you a little bit so you can hear how it sounds. Okay, so I would play this for a client. And I'm going to pause it for just a minute here, put it back on silent. So I would play that song for them. And if they chose that song because they liked it, I would say, well, that's great. So there's three tracks in this song. The organ comes in first, and then I will set it so that your brain then can learn to bring next in the bass. And then after the bass would come in, then the piano will come in. And so what we want to do here is whichever event we're using to give our reward, in this case it's event 1, we want to click that and put this on real. I always run MindTrack with manual thresholding. I think it works a little bit better that way, but you can use it with dynamic thresholding too if you'd like. So now we want to put our song on here, a bit jazzy, that our client has chosen. And you'll see that this is the organ track here, and it starts very soft and starts to fade in. Now, I have my client, I have this on a pretty tough reward here, so let's make it a little bit easier for them. So right now they hear the organ track, and as they get better, they'll hear the bass track come in, and then the piano track. And usually what I would do is set it so that you can't hear, say, something like the piano track, the highest track. So let's make this just a little bit harder for our client till that piano track fades out. And then I just wait, and over time the brain will figure out how to bring that music in. And this is really fun and interesting and rewarding for most of our clients. One of the nice things about MindTrack too is it'll run alongside anything else you like to do. So if you want to run it alongside Brain Man, you can run the music with Brain Man. Our ADHD kids love this type of thing. We usually put on a little different music than this for them, but they really like to play the games and have the music going alongside with it. So let me just show you a couple of details, and I'm going to lower the sound here of MindTrack just so that you can hear me talking a little bit better. So one of the things that you can do every time, let me come back here just a minute. So here's the green line, which is the threshold. Every time this blue line goes above the threshold is when MindTrack starts to fade in. So you can make that fade speed very fast. So if you want the tracks to fade in very quickly, see how quickly they're fading in up here in the little feedback box. Then every time this touches or goes over the threshold, those tracks really come in quickly. If you'd like to make it a little more challenging, you can have it fade in very slowly. You can see how much more slowly these tracks fade in here. I usually tend to keep this around a 5 or a 6. If my client starts to struggle, I might put it up to 8, but usually this is about where I start. One of the nice things about MindTrack is you can have a minimum volume, and this goes to the kind of background track so that the music never completely fades out. And this is something our clients really like a lot, so you don't feel like you're ever completely unsuccessful, and you can turn that minimum volume all the way up so that that background track is on all the time, or you can turn it down to make it as challenging as you like. And then this challenge level is something that you would use after your client is further down the road in their training, but it fades the music in extremely slowly and fades it out very quickly. And so you can make that challenge much harder over time if you want to. So that's basically how you use MindTrack. Pretty simple and straightforward. I will just and you can explore these different songs on your own. Different songs seem to be very good for different types of people that have different goals. So people that are trying to relax often enjoy these more. Let's see, I'll show you one of them that people really like, if I can find it here. Some of them like this meditation. The waves, chimes, and birds is very nice. And one of the nice things about MindTrack is if your speakers tend to emphasize the bass or emphasize the brighter frequencies, you can actually turn down the different tracks. So on this one, with one set of speakers I turned the chimes down so they're not quite as loud. So you can control the balance of the different tracks of music that the person is using to give feedback. A couple other interesting things about MindTrack, and let me silence this again, is you can actually play back your own music. So you can pick a song that you have on your computer, open it, and it will play in MindTrack and fade in and out. It will not play the separate tracks of the music, but it will have the music fading in and out. And we do encourage you, if you're going to do this, to recognize that you're using the music for commercial purposes and you should have the appropriate license to do that. Another kind of interesting thing MindTrack can do is if you go up here under File, you can actually make your own custom scripts using the Lua programming language, and we have some sample scripts in here for you to look at. So if you want different sounds, you want to compose your own music, you want to hook the music in different ways than the ways we have, all that's possible to do. And it can be a lot of fun if you get into that, but that's probably something that advanced users would do. So that's pretty much an overview of MindTrack. Hope you enjoy it. And please, if you have any questions, email us at mindtracksupport@mindduet.com. That's mindtracksupport@minduet.com. Or you can always email me, drbminton@gmail.com, drbminton, and enjoy MindTrack.